What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Tyler. I'm glad you can join me on this afternoon for another Lucid Motors update video. Now, it's kind of weird not saying CCIV, so if I say CCIV throughout this video, you guys already know what I mean. But we're going to go over the likelihood of a Lucid Motors short squeeze, because I still personally think there is going to be a short squeeze, and this really comes down to a bit of a common sense type thing, but we also do have a catalyst on the near term horizon that we do need to talk about. But we're also going to go over the technical analysis, go over the Ortex data, and just talk to you guys about where we currently sit as far as Lucid Motors. We did have a down about 4% day. I am not discouraged whatsoever. I did not sell out. I ain't paper handing shit. If I lose out, I lose out. That is why it is always important that you guys come to your own conclusions. Don't listen to anything that is said in any YouTube video and invest in your own risk. I am not a financial advisor, not a financial planner, or your dad, so do whatever you guys want. But with that being said, guys, let's first off talk about the Lucid Motors short squeeze. Some people are getting very discouraged. I see it everywhere. I see some comments about people are saying basically there could not possibly be a Lucid Motors short squeeze, and that is the farthest thing from the truth, because what is a huge factor that I talk about all the time is that Lucid Motors was a SPAC. If you have a lot of money, millions and millions and millions of dollars, 10 million, 50, 100 million dollars, and you want to invest in Lucid Motors, if you're a hedge fund or institutional investor, you're simply not going to do that as a SPAC, because there's always a small chance that the merger does not go through and you would have lost about 40 to 50% or even more depending when you wanted to buy CCIV at the time, now Lucid Motors. But on the other hand, we do have a near-term catalyst coming that will pop Lucid Motors. The only question is, do we have enough shorts that will get squeezed out of their short positions? And right now, where we do currently sit, Lucid Motors is categorized as extreme short interest, very prone for a short squeeze. So I personally think once deliveries come out, that is a game changer for Lucid Motors. They have over $1 billion or 11,000 vehicles that are waiting to be delivered by people that have already put in pre-orders that are serious about getting these vehicles. So it's easy to short Lucid Motors right now. It's easy to doubt Lucid Motors right now because they're not producing any revenue, and especially in this marketplace, people, investors I should say, they want to see revenue at the very least. Even if you're not going to be profitable for a couple years, that's not too bad as long as you're making some kind of money. So once that date does come, mark your calendar, whenever it is. We probably won't get a heads up. It'll probably happen very fast, and we'll probably see a pop of 20-25% if I were to imagine, because that is a huge deal and something people have been waiting for a very long time. So those are my two simple reasonings why I think just news based we will see a short squeeze. But when you do come to the Ortex data, keep in mind they don't have the percentages. All they have is the estimated shares that are currently sold short, which is relatively the same as the last update. And in the last update, the short interest was about 19.5%. So consider it's about the same. We have fallen with Lucid Motors stock at this current moment. When we did merge, we went all the way up to about $27, $28 at the highest point. Now we're back down to $24.12. So I do imagine, if anything, the short interest did go up, because like I said, it's easy to short a company that is not making any revenue yet. But if we're even at 19, 20% short interest, 20% is categorized, like I said, at extreme short interest. And at that point, you're asking for a short squeeze with the right news catalyst, with the right volume going into the stock. And I do think eventually volume will go back into the stock. The only question is, will the shorts have covered in that time frame? Will there still be enough shorts to cause the short squeeze? And I personally think yes. I'm not trying to convince you guys. Do whatever you guys want to do. Like I said, I'm not a financial advisor, but only commonsensical here. I think there is going to be a short squeeze. It is only a matter of time. And when that does happen, we are seeing increased options activity. We're seeing a lot of open interest for this expiration coming this Friday, but we may not get deliveries. I doubt we'll get a delivery date by this Friday, but we are nevertheless seeing anywhere between 1,600 for open interest at the low end, 10,000 at the high end, or I should say 16,500 at the high end at the $30 strike. But by August 20th, I do expect we will have some form of delivery day. Now, I may or may not be right about this, but we're looking at 38,610 for open interest at the $30 strike. Keep in mind, once this news does come out, you're going to see a lot of people turning their eyes to Lucid Motors, like I already talked about in this video, but you're also going to see a lot of people turning their eyes to the options and want to play options as well. So I think you're going to see a bit of a gamma squeeze, hopefully by August 20th. That is when my options personally expire, so that would be great if that happens before then. But even at the $25 strike, you're looking at about 16,000 for open interest. That is 1.6 million shares that would potentially have to be bought bought by market makers. And obviously at the $30 strike, you're looking at almost 4 million shares that would have to be bought by market makers. And relative to Lucid Motors float, that is a decent amount of shares that would have to be bought back. And I don't necessarily think there's going to be a huge gamma squeeze, especially on the August 20th strike, but I do think you get some added buying power, like I said, at about the $25 strike as well as the $30 strike. And once this does happen, I think Lucid Motors has the potential to move big. And also, if you guys have forgot, let me refresh your memory. Rivian, another pre-revenue, basically truck company, EV truck company that is backed by Amazon, Jeff Bezos. That's probably why they're valued so high, but they got a $70 billion valuation. Probably, like I said, they're backed by Jeff Bezos, so that's probably why they got that extra valuation. But nevertheless, buying Lucid Motors at about a $35 billion market cap, even less now, I believe it's about $30 billion. That would be a steal if you're in this for the long term. Like I do think a lot of hedge funds and institutions are looking at this, not for the near term, but for the long term. Obviously, some are going to look at it for the near term. That is okay with me. That'll just help with the overall short squeeze anyways. But now, as to kind of address why Lucid Motors fell 4% today, there's no particular news. There's nothing to really definitively say why. You may have some type of algorithmic trading programs that are trading the stock down because you didn't see that influx of volume. You did, but you didn't see that much. Let's go to the chart and actually see how much volume we have seen since we did merge. We only seen about 31.2 million in volume the first day that we did start trading as Lucid Motors, and that was July 26th. And then we seen 16 million, and then we seen 12.3 million. So obviously you're seeing that volume go down. Usually you're going to see the price go down as the volume does go down. So this is expected. And like I said, I'll say this again, the only thing that is really telltale if we're going to see a short squeeze is, one, if the short interest is staying elevated, if the shorts do get out of their short positions, and if we do see that volume. So that is really only the question. Do you think we're going to see volume or not? I tend to think we are going to see some level of volume come back into Lucid Motors stock. Now, to conclude this video, I just want to show you guys my long-term positioning in Lucid Motors as well as my trades for the short squeeze. So like I said, Lucid is at $24.12. My average cost is $23.14, excuse me, on 168 shares, bring my total portfolio diversity of 12.28%. So nevertheless, very bullish on this for the long term with the shares. My market value of $4,052.16. I am up 4.24% or $164.84 on the actual shares. Now, I do have two Lucid $30 calls for August 20th. Each one of these contracts, I paid an average of $168 for these. Cost $336. They're currently worth $152. So I'm down 54.76% or $184. Now, I basically went into this, hey, I'm going to put a little bit of money down. If it does turn into a short squeeze, if I get 1,000% on this, that is $336 into $3,336. So if that happens, that's probably the best case scenario. If it doesn't happen, then I lose the money anyways. So that is really how you have to play options. But keep in mind, word to the wise, if you play large positions, I typically don't in trades like this because you never know, it could go either way when it comes down to it. But if you play large options trades, it is very important that you get your money back and take your profits. Now, I can't show you guys the all-time for these contracts because I had bought the first one at $191 and it went up to over $400 at one point when Lucid was at about $30. And if I had a large position, I definitely would have sold out half, got my money back, collected profits, and kept the other half of free contracts for the actual short squeeze trade. So that is a word to the wise. If you guys have a large position in options, feel free to take profits or make them free, one or the other or both, like I like to do. But that is that position, as well as I do have a Lucid $20 put that I sold for August 20th as well. So basically, as long as Lucid stays above $20 by August 20th, I will collect $167 free and clear. If it's under $20 by August 20th, then I will have to buy 100 shares of Lucid at $18.33. I am bullish on the stock. This is a bullish trade. Even though it says put, you're selling a put, so that is bullish. You want it to do the opposite. So if you're selling a put, you want it to go up to make money. If you just want to get exercise, then obviously you would want it to come down, but I've never heard of anybody that wanted to do that. But those are my short squeeze trades as well as my long-term investment in Lucid Motors and everything you guys need to know about the short squeeze and, in my opinion, why I think there will be a short squeeze. So let me know in the comment section if you agree with this, if you have any input to add to this. Maybe I missed something. I'm pretty sure we went over everything, so let me know down below in the comment section. Adverse opinions are very welcome down there. I'm not gonna act like I know it all, so if you guys know something that I don't, let me know in the comment section, as well as make sure to like the video on your way out, as well as consider subscribing to the channel and turning on the notification bell to be notified in real time every time a video is uploaded. Now, with that being said, guys, if you guys are not signed up with Webull, there's a link down below in the description. It is much better, in my opinion, than Robinhood, especially when you are trying to make quick options trades. Deposit $100, get 4 free stocks, each of them potentially worth up to $2,400, as well as there is a link for Public. They do not use payment for order flow, so your orders go straight to the lit exchanges, especially if you're playing stocks like AMC or even Lucid Motors. That will really help the overall movement by doing that. No deposit necessary, no need to link a bank account. Get up to $70 in your choice free stock, and it only takes about 3 minutes time to get your free stock. So that is everything I have for this video. I will see you guys in the next one.